I'm going to share with you exactly what to look for in hair growth products for thinning hair so you can create a regimen to reduce shedding and increase growth. I'll also share my current experience with thinning and the products that I'll be using to combat this issue. I'm Delilah, and I help people with curly hair like you get better at caring for and styling their hair so you can simplify your routine and wear your curls with confidence. Hair loss is a really popular topic in the curly hair world, and it's especially popular, or I guess a lot of people bring it up when they're new to embracing their curls and they feel like more of their hair is falling out, or for middle-aged women like me. And I looked it up, I checked, the new middle age is now 35, or starts at 35, 36, which just sounds crazy to me. I'm not the one that made it up though, so don't get mad at me. Anyway, I'll be sharing the proven ingredients that you should look for in products that target regrowth and shedding. Those are the two things that you really want to focus on. And I'm going to share the exact products and steps that I'm going to be taking to deal with my hair loss. And if you watch until the end, I'll share with you how you can get more volume so you can hide your scalp a little better and make your hair look a little fuller. Now, I have dealt with thinning before. It was a temporary condition. I was taking a medication for 3 months, and one of the side effects was hair loss. And during that time, I saw excessive amounts of hair loss in the shower. It was really alarming, and I tried a couple of different things. Like I took some supplements, I tried some topical products. In the end, nothing worked while I was on the medication, but as soon as I got off that medication, within about a week, I really noticed a difference. I continued with these supplements and I noticed much less hair fall than even before. So like compared to my normal, which was before I started taking those ingredients, there was a vast improvement with taking those specific supplements that I was taking at the time. This was in 2020, so it's been 3 years. Now things are different. I have ruled out medical conditions already, because remember, there's so many reasons you can have hair loss, and the first thing you want to do is figure out what's causing it. In my case, we have come to the conclusion that it's probably just genetics and age. My mom's hair got thinner as she got older, and I'm almost 40 years old, so I'm going to chalk it up to that. Now, I've been noticing this thinning for about a year now, and it seems to be getting a little worse lately, especially on this side. Before I start talking about the ingredients and tips and products, I do want to give you one tip, and that is, if you are concerned about your hair loss, I recommend that you save the amount of hair that you're losing in the shower. And you can do something like this. Somebody recommended this to me a few years ago, and so what I've been doing is I get the hair, I put it in a Ziploc bag, and I write the date on it. And I'm not doing this every day, so maybe like once a week you can do it, or you can just do it for a couple of washes in a row. I've got 3, and so I can kind of see from these 3 how much I'm losing on average. This is more than usual. Usually my hair loss is a little bit less than this one. This is like the smallest amount. And so this is a good way for you to keep track. You can take this to your doctor and be like, look how much hair I'm losing. And you can see visually over time, like just with these 3, which I've done in the past week and a half, I can see that one day I lost a lot more hair than others. So it's good to notice those long-term patterns. And so what I'm gonna do is do this one week every month. And so I'll stop now, and then next month I'll do this for however many times I wash my hair that week, and then I can compare, and then I can kind of see the progress or lack of progress that's happening over time. Now, the first thing you want to target when you're creating a regimen for thinning and hair loss is you want to look for ingredients that reduce shedding. So they're going to reduce how much hair falls out. They're going to keep the hair on your scalp, on your head much longer. Now, one of the most popular, well-known ingredients is DHT, which is, or stands for, dihydrotestosterone inhibitors. It's a long word. Basically, it's a hormone that shrinks the hair follicle and it shortens the growth phase. So there are ingredients that block this. They block DHTs, and that helps the hair stay on the scalp longer, and it prevents the follicles from getting smaller so your hair doesn't get finer. Now, there's also other ingredients that extend the growth phase, and this is good because that means that the hair is on our head for longer. More recently, like in the past few years, there have been a number of new, more natural-based ingredients that have come on the market. There's been a couple of studies that have been done that have shown proof that these ingredients do actually work. There's a lot of brands out there though that use some that are maybes, And so you can read it in the marketing if you're looking at a product that targets hair loss, for example, and you're reading the description and they say like, you know, we use this ingredient which may reduce shedding. They will say may or can because it's not proven all the time to work. It's sometimes worked, or maybe there was a study that showed some sort of promise. And so just be careful, make sure that you really understand the product claims because they use those words. Because if they say, you know, this ingredient does reduce shedding, for example, the FDA can come after them if they're lying. So if they say may reduce shedding, then that covers them. So just be careful with that. Now, a couple of ingredients that are known to work. I'm gonna read off this list here. Saw palmetto, stinging nettle, horsetail extract, caffeine, apple stem cell, amla fruit extract, basil hairy root extract, curcumin stem cell, I think that's how it's pronounced, spironolactone, dutasteride, I don't know how that one is pronounced, and ketoconazole. And these don't always work. It really depends on the cause of your shedding. So for example, ketoconazole is to target fungus. So if you've got like dandruff or some sort of scalp issue, then that would work in that case. But if you don't have a scalp issue, then that ingredient isn't gonna work. So it's good to know what the ingredients are doing, know what's in the product, and understand what your specific issue is so that you know if a product is gonna work for you or not. One that I saw a lot was saw palmetto, and that shows a lot of promise, and a lot of products are starting to use this ingredient, so I feel like that's a good one across the board. Now, the second thing you wanna look for are ingredients that have been proven to work at regrowing hair, and in this case, there's not many. We all know Rogaine, which is minoxidil, and that's a popular one. Typically been marketed towards men in the past, but now women use it. So there are topical solutions with minoxidil. There's oral pills that you can take now. The way it works is that it stimulates blood flow. So there are, in my research, I found 3 other ingredients that can be used for this purpose that work for women specifically. There's some others that are for men, but women can't take because of the side effects and the way it interacts with hormones and such. But saw palmetto came up again, so that's a good one because it's targeting both the growth phase and it's targeting regrowing hair, so that's great. Then green tea extract is another one that came up for this, and I guess that's caffeine, so that's another good one. And then the last one was Redensol, I think is how it's pronounced, and it's kind of a newer, I think it has been around for about 10 years or so. This is like kind of like minoxidil. It's an alternative, and it helps improve the density of your hair, and it also encourages growth. So these are the only ingredients that I found proof for when I looked it up that actually helps to regrow hair. Now, the thing with a lot of this stuff is that it only works while you're using it. So you can use these products for a month or 2 or 3 or 4. Usually you need at least 3 months. So you're not gonna take anything for 1 month and see a difference. You gotta take it for 3 months. So you take it for 3, 6 months, a year. The second you stop taking it, the effects go away. So eventually the new hair that was stimulated will fall out and you're not gonna get more hair. It's gonna go back to how it was before you were taking these products. So it's kind of something that you have to do for life, or if it's a temporary condition, then just until it goes back to normal. So there's no like permanent solution, unfortunately. And these products can be really expensive. I looked up prices. A lot of them are like $50 to $100 for like 1 month supply. And so like I said, there's topical and there's oral. You can go both ways. You can choose one or the other. One trichologist that I saw in a report mentioned that she has seen better results with oral pills because people just follow up with it more, and it's just an easier thing than doing topical treatment. So not everybody because with topical treatments, you gotta do them like twice a day, every day, and that's really easy to miss. So keep all this in mind and see what would work best for you. I tried using the Vegamore shampoo and conditioner, and I started in January. I've been using it for 6 months now, most wash days, not always, and it didn't make any difference at all. So I feel like when I read what that trichologist said about the oral solution, and I remember what worked for me in the past, that's definitely the case for me. And shampoo and conditioner, for example, you're not using it every day, so I don't think that's gonna have as much of an effect versus, for example, like a serum or a foam that you're applying every day. That would probably be more effective than a shampoo and conditioner. In the end, I didn't really like the shampoo and conditioner. I kept using it to see if it would make a difference. It didn't. I decided to toss it. I just didn't like the way it worked on my hair. Like, it didn't lather enough and the conditioner was too heavy, so I just stopped using it about a couple weeks ago. I'm actually gonna try the Hask Biotin Boost one next to see if it makes a difference, although like I said, I'm not really sold on this idea. But let's get into my plan, and hopefully this can help you create your own plan. So first, I'm going to take a supplement, and I've got a couple options that I want to share with you. There are pills, there are powders, and there are like herbal liquids that you can mix in with water and stuff like that. So lots of options to choose from. And I rattled off a bunch of ingredients at the beginning of this video that work. A lot of these products have a bunch of these ingredients in them. So I think as long as that's the case, they probably will pretty much all work. But like I said, you need to take them for a minimum of 3 months to see any kind of effect. Now, most of these products are going to target shedding. They're not going to target regrowth. So on hand, I'm gonna show you a couple things that I have. I have this Main Magic. This is like an herbal tonic. I took this when I had that problem last time, and I did notice a difference, but it was disgusting. It's absolutely gross. I had to mix it with, I think, cherry juice was what I found worked, because cherry juice is really thick and tart, and so it masked the flavor of this. And this is really expensive. I think it's like $60 or something, 60, something like that. So it's not cheap. It tastes really bad, but this did work. Looking at the ingredients, I'm not seeing any of the ones that I even listed on here. So this is very interesting that it even worked for me. Then I've got this Better Roots from Evolve, and this is their one of their newer products. It is a pill form. And so this one's actually a little more affordable. So just a regular pill. It smells a little funky like pretty much all the other ones. I haven't tried it yet. But this one's a little more affordable because this is a 60-day supply. It's one capsule, which when you read the instructions on the product labels, sometimes they want you to take like 2 to 4 pills a day, which I just will not do. This is 1 pill a day, and this is 60 capsules, and I think this is around $50. So this is actually one of the more affordable ones. And so this one's got a lot of those ingredients that I talked about at the beginning of the video. So it's very promising. It's got good reviews. This is the one that I'm gonna try. I'm gonna go with this. And I got a 60-day supply, so once that's low, I will renew it. I also have a prescription for the Muesli hair pill, which you may have heard of. Muesli is one of those online telehealth prescription skincare companies. And the way this works is you sign up with them, you fill out a questionnaire, you upload some photos, and then a doctor reviews your information, and then they decide on whether they will prescribe you the pill or not. So they've got like 2 or 3 versions of the pill. I think it depends on if you're pre-menopause or post-menopause, I believe. And then there's like the men's version. So they prescribed this to me. This was a couple months ago, and I looked it up. Like, okay, so here's how it worked. They reached out to me. They wanted me to try it. I said, okay. I did a little bit of research, didn't really understand what the pill was. I thought maybe I would get more information when I signed up and everything. And I did a little bit. And as I did some research, I kind of saw some of the side effects from what's in this pill, because this has minoxidil in it. So this works really well. But it's also got spironolactone and biotin, vitamin C, zinc, folic acid. So this is a 3-month supply. There's 90 pills in here. You take 1 a day. And the problem is that when I looked up the side effects of taking oral minoxidil and spironolactone, it kind of scared me. And so I'm very hesitant to try this now. I'm one of those people that reacts to everything, any kind of new medication. I have anxiety and I have palpitations, and I get them very easily. In the past, I've taken medication for certain things and my heart rate has gone up, and I've just felt really bad. And so I don't know, I'm a little freaked out by it. So I have it, but I'm not gonna try it yet because I'm just a little concerned. But this is an option, and this company specifically has mixed reviews. So you can try it if you want to. I think this was like $80, around $80, something like that for the pill. So it's not bad because it's a 3-month supply. And let's see, the size, they're actually pretty small, these pills, which I prefer because I am one of those people that struggles to take pills. Okay, then there's powders, like those herbal powders that you would mix into a drink. Like some people claim that collagen helps, but none of the research actually shows that. I've taken collagen in the past. I actually still take collagen, and it's not making a difference for me right now. So I do notice it like with my nails, but nothing with my hair. And like I said, none of the research supports that claim. So I didn't include that in this video. If it works for you, great. But again, there's no proof. So I didn't want to give any false hope. Another really popular one is Nutrafol, and that one has all of the right ingredients. So that's another one that you can give a try. That one's got really good reviews. I don't have it, so I can't speak to it, personal experience about it, but you can also give that one a try. The other thing you can do is use a topical product, and I'm gonna give this a try again. Although it didn't go well for me last time, let's see what happens. There are so many different options. There's serums, oils, foams, masks. I struggle with putting things on my scalp because of how greasy my roots get, so I don't like anything that's oil-based. A mask that you use maybe once or twice a week sounds really good to me because it's not a daily thing, and I think the hair fuel is one that I've seen come up that you would only use a couple times a week. So that's always an option. It is kind of expensive though. So I do have some products that brands have sent me, not that one. And so I'm just gonna give those a try because I already have them on hand. So I've got the Grow Serum from Vigomore, and I've got 3 of these bottles. So I know that that'll last me a couple of months. I've got the Better Roots Serum from Evolve. And I also have still the Ordinary Multi-Peptide Serum for Hair Density. This is the one that I tried a couple years ago. And it's great because it's thin and watery, but it smells a little bit like beer, and I couldn't keep up with it. But let's see how these other ones are, because the Vigomore one, let me see. Is this oil-based? No, not oil. But it does have a strong smell. And then the Evolve one is also not oil. Doesn't really smell like anything, so that works. So I got these 3. I think what I'm gonna do is use the Better Roots serum. Since I'm already using the Better Roots supplement from Evolve, I'll just pair it with the serum and we'll go from there. The way a lot of these work is you fill up the dropper tube with the product, and then you would basically just like apply it all throughout your scalp, scrub it in, and you would do this on a daily basis. So I'd probably just do it before I go to bed at night. And if you're washing your hair, then you're gonna do it after you style your hair. It doesn't have to be dry, but it's probably better to do it once your hair is dry so you don't like ruin your style by, getting in there and working it up and disrupting your clumps while they're drying. You don't wanna cause frizz. So I would recommend that you do it once your hair is dry, but you can totally do it while it's still wet. I would just do it after you have styled your hair. Now, Muesli did offer me their serum that goes with the hair pill, but I was gonna have to pay the difference, and with these products, I said, no, I've got other stuff on hand, I'm not gonna do that right now. But their serum has minoxidil in it, so that one's probably the most effective because we know that ingredient works for regrowing hair. So while these other ones are a little bit more gonna target like the shedding part of this little equation. So what's your next step? Now, I'm going to be updating you on a monthly basis. So once a month, I'll do a video. I'll show you how my scalp is doing, how much hair loss, and talk about the products and how everything is going. And if you're gonna do this along with me, then great, you can check in with yourself once a month as well and see how it's going. One thing you can do starting now is improve how full your hair looks. So style for more volume to help your hair look a little fuller and less dense and hide a little bit of your scalp. That's what I'm gonna be doing. If you want to adjust your routine to increase your volume and hide some of your scalp, then watch this video next. It's called Fine Curly Hair Routine for Volume, and you'll learn little changes you can make to your routine to have fuller looking hair while you wait for your supplements to take effect. Just click on the video you see on your screen and I'll see you there.